Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pat from Electrician Marketing Co., digital marketing agency that specializes working with electricians. I wanted to give you guys some Google My Business tips so that you guys can start ranking higher on Google search and your business can actually start driving leads and phone calls through Google, right? So let me show you why this is so important. Whenever someone does a search for like electrician near me, which is a pretty common keyword when someone is searching for your services, right? So this is one keyword that you want to be showing up for whenever someone is looking for your services because they're pretty much ready to give somebody a call and is more than likely going to need your services. So whenever we talk about SEO, there's really two places you want to be. The most important is in this section right here in the 3-pack, and this is utilizing your Google My Business. And then you also want to be in this area right here. This is what we call the organic section, and this is more so using your website to rank here at the top. But most of the phone calls are going to come from your Google My Business. So I'm going to be showing you some of the tips that we use for our clients to get them in the top positions. So here is one of our clients, and this is basically just shows you the rankings of where they rank in a particular area with their Google My Business. And this is for the keyword electrician. So if anyone does a search on Google for electrician in this area, my client is going to show up first, which is going to more than likely going to generate them the phone call, right? Most people are going to just go straight to this section right here and they're going to choose the first business that they see and they're going to give them a call. So let's get right into some of the tips. So here we are in the back end of the client's website. So first of all, you want to go over to the info section. Now, the info section, this is where you fill out all your information about your electrical company. And basically, we want to fill this out as best as possible. First of all, you want to have your registered business name. Don't try to keyword stuff because you can get penalized if a competitor ends up reporting you. Then you have to go through Google customer service and it's really can just become a mess. So just go ahead and put in your main uh, business name that you registered. Now, the top 3 categories that I would advise you to have are number 1, electrician. That's always going to be your first primary category. Additional categories, we want to have lighting contractor. And then we also want to have electrical installation service. These are going to be your top 3 categories that you want to have. If you don't have those, make sure you add those and click apply. Since I already have them, I'm going to just click cancel. In this section right here, you should see your main address that you use to verify your Google My Business, which if you can have an address showing, I highly recommend you guys to have your address showing rather than having a service area business. Typically, you see a lot better results in terms of your rankings. In the service area sections, here it does allow you to add kind of like service area like nearby service areas or cities that you can add on here. Normally, I would keep this to a minimum of the immediate 5 locations around you. But in this case, the client had already added these beforehand. So I just went ahead and left those in there. But if you don't have any on here, just think about the nearest 5 cities around your immediate city and add those on here. Then, of course, you want to have your business hours, and then you also want to have your online service hours, right? Uh, Most people have like some type of where you can leave a message if you don't answer, or they can fill out a contact form online. So you can just go ahead and add 24 hours on the online service area section. Here you just want to, this is basically if you like on holidays, if you're going to be open or if you're going to be closed. So you can just go ahead and add those on there. Your phone number, you want to make sure you have your correct phone number. This profile short name, Google actually took this away, so this probably won't be relevant for you guys. Now, when it comes to your website, this is actually pretty important. You want to make sure you have the HTTPS version. A lot of the times you'll see where it just says HTTP, but we do want to make sure we have HTTPS and then your website URL. Appointment link, you can just add your homepage or your contact us page. And then you'll also want to have all of your services filled out. Go ahead and add these little accessibility, amenities, etc. Just the more things that you have checked off, the better. And then you want to have a pretty optimized description. Basically, you want to have your main keyword, which in this case is Allentown Electrician. We're also mentioning related cities. You can also see them down here. And then, we're mentioning what we do: residential and commercial, service, repair, and installation. So we basically want to include your keywords in the description as well. Now, what's going to give you the most juice is going to be adding images on a consistent basis, which this client actually does pretty well. He actually uploads images of his jobs on the job site, before and afters, directly from the job site. Is going to be the best scenario for uploading images to your Google My Business, because Google will store the data of the image, and it's going to also help with your SEO. So this is very important, guys, and I highly recommend our electricians to add images if they can a few times a week. And you can also add videos, which are also going to be very helpful. The other thing that's really important, guys, is to do Google My Business Post. Google My Business Post is basically a image with some content that you can add. Then you can post it on your Google My Business. And this is actually going to show up here. This is the company's Google My Business page right here. If we scroll down, you can see the post right here. And this again is going to help with your SEO, because one, we're adding a relevant image with the keyword on it. And then we're also writing content about our client, what he does, and keywords within the GMB post. Not only that, but we're also linking here to his social media profiles and to his main website. So this is also going to be very important. We like to do this at least a few times a week, and we do this for all of our clients. So that's also going to be very important for you to do Google My Business Post on a consistent basis. Another thing that's very important is getting consistent reviews. And not only like, hey, you did a great job, thanks for coming out. You want to encourage the client to also talk about what services you provided. So, hey, Mr. Customer, we hope you're satisfied with our services that we did for you. Would you mind leaving us a review and mention the service or the job that we did for your home, residential home, or commercial property? That way the customer already has that in mind whenever they're typing out the review, so they can say, hey, GB Electric did a great job, installing some fan lights, or whatever the case may be, right? If you can just encourage them to talk about the service, any type of electrical work that you did for them, that's going to help you tremendously, because Google is going to read all of these reviews and they're going to use them to identify, okay, what keywords should this company be showing up for? And if they go through all of your reviews and they see electrical repair, electrician, electrical contractor, all of these keywords is also going to help boost up your relevancy and authority with Google. And so you're going to rank higher. So this is very important. And then, of course, you also want to make sure that you're responding to reviews here. To every single review, make sure you do respond. And you also want to include keywords in your responses. So like for an example here, it says, thank you for trusting Gabriel with your electrical needs, right? Electrical. Same thing, mentioning, you see how this client mentions A&P panel, mentioning the service that was done. He even mentions the brand name. Very important. All of these things, guys, are very important when it comes to your reviews. And if you even want to pretty much get your reviews on steroids, ask the customer to include images on the review. That's going to take the power of the review times 3, times 4, and it's going to be way more powerful than just a text review. If they can do a text review and images, even better. And lastly, you want to also add your product section. So your product section is going to be, if we go over to info, it's going to be this area right here. See where it says products? Click on that. Over here is where we can add our products, and our products are pretty much just our services. So house rewiring, if we click on that, just add house rewiring and then have a relevant image. And you want to do that with all of the images. All of the services that you can provide. Another thing that's very important is you want to have a well-optimized website for your electrician company, right? So pretty much when it comes to your website, you want to have good on-page SEO. On-page SEO just means having the keywords that you want to rank for on your website. For an example, here it has commercial and residential electrician and in Allentown, PA, right? So it has electrician, and then it also has the city that we're located in. And that's going to be your header 1 or your H1. Not only that, but we also have our services over here. And then you can see them over here again. This is very important, guys, and this is actually very common that you'll see like a website that has like 1 page or 2 pages. Nowadays, when it comes to your SEO, you need to have as much content as you can about your services, which is why we build out all of these service pages for our electricians: electrical repairs, lighting installation, exterior lighting, house rewiring, right? All of these services are going to boost up your SEO, and you're going to get better rankings. So use this as kind of a blueprint for your website whenever you are thinking of building or getting someone to build you a website for your electrical company. Take this into consideration. So those are all the tips that I have for you guys. If you do most of those tips, it will give you a great starting point. So I hope you guys not only learn something, but actually put some of these tips into action. If you do have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. Feel free to leave a comment below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.